What is channeling? What is channeling? We don't get that question asked often. The question we get asked most often is, how can I channel? And maybe we will mix the two answers together in this session, but what is channeling? Channeling is your ability, everyone's ability to communicate non-physically. To communicate non-physically with their guides, loved ones that have made the transition, other entities or beings that are of similar resonance, similar vibration, or that you may just be connected to from other experiences in love. This is channeling. Channeling is a potential that resides with all human beings. All human beings have the potential to channel. All human beings have the potential to connect and to communicate. Some have a higher propensity than others at the moment, but this is because of their experience. Their life experience, whether in this lifetime or over multiple lifetimes, most times it's over multiple lifetimes, have opened them up to the possibility, to the potential, to the point where now they are so open to the possibility, accepting of the possibility, that they have allowed themselves to connect. Many on your planet, most on your planet at this moment, are separate from their ability to connect because of their disbelief. Remember, again, that you are so powerful that you can create the presence of a thing or the absence of a thing, depending on your belief, depending on your dominant ideas, depending on the level of vibration that you are expressing. But that does not make it any less a possibility or potential for each human being. For each human being is a being who is human for a brief period of time. Let's say that again. Each human being is a being who is human for a brief period of time. That should open you up to higher possibilities and potentialities. That should cause you to ask the question, well, what am I capable of? What is possible for me, knowing that I am a being who is human for a brief period of time? Yes, your telepathy. Yes, your energetic connection. Yes, your intuition. Your ability to translate information over the energies that are present within the experience, within the room, between people. All of these things are potentials that you can develop. Potentials of you, each and every one of you. But channeling is nothing more than your ability to interpret and to communicate. You're constantly communicating, and those non-physical are constantly hearing you. It is you who is breaking down the cycle of communication by your disbelief and the separation that you create because of your level of vibration. Remember that those who are non-physical do not come down to you. You connect to those that are similar vibratory resonance, but they do not come down to you. You must align yourself vibrationally and in frequency and tone to those that you want to connect with. This is all you need to understand to begin to develop and grow the muscle of your ability to communicate. Set time for yourself. Focus time where you get yourself into a higher vibrational state and you sit relaxed and just aware of the energies around you, aware and open to the communication from a loved one or a loving entity who is connected to you. And even if it doesn't happen the first time, the second or the third, be specific, set a specific time where you sit in a beautiful, comfortable place and you're open to the communication. Benny started through writing. He was aware of the communication happening and he began to sit still at specific periods of time for a specific period of time and was just open to the connection. And when the connection started, he would write it. And then he got to where he would type it. He began to understand that if he tried to perceive the communication, that it would disrupt the flow of information. So he began to wait until after the communication was complete before he decided to try to interpret it, that which he had written. And he knew that he was receiving transmissions because language was used, words was used that were not normally used by him, and that he didn't even know the definitions to. He had to look the definitions up. That's how he knew for certain that it was not him communicating. And he has developed over time, from the writing to the typing to the ability to translate through conversation that which is being communicated, to the ability to walk while transmissions are being communicated, to the ability oftentimes, sometimes now, with his eyes open instead of eyes closed. The reason he closes his eyes because it shuts down the material coming in through the physical senses and allows him to focus more. But at times he is able to, I'm sure you're able to have seen through the videos that at times he's able to focus and allow the transmission to come through and to communicate it while doing other activities where he's still able to focus. And this is something that has developed over time that he asked for, the ability to be able to communicate with eyes open. And so he worked on it. He built the muscle. Same as you. Build the muscle. So what was the other question? It was, what is channeling and how do I channel? Okay, that was the question, and we have covered that to a degree. But we really want you to understand that each one has the capacity. Any capacity that any human being has, you have. You may have to do a little more practice and play in order to develop it. Some, seem to be effortless in their ability to connect, in their ability to communicate, because they have been on this path for many lifetimes. In this particular lifetime, they have honed the skill. And it can be the same for you. When you're introduced to a new idea, whether it's channeling or any type of math or a new language, when you're introduced to a new idea and you begin to focus on that idea, you begin to pull the resources to and through you. You begin to pull the information, the knowledge. You begin to develop the understanding, and you begin to develop the capacity to apply that knowledge and apply that understanding. Channeling is no different. Using your extrasensory perception, as they say, is no different. Being able to perceive the information on the energies from people around you, from things around you, from cars, from plants, is no different. The ability to interpret another being and be aware of any discomfort or dis-ease within the body, your perception of their energy expression, is no different. These are muscles that you can build and develop if you're inspired to do so. Just understand that when you are introduced to a new idea, something that someone else is doing that you are inspired to, that excites you, whether we're talking about channeling, whether we're talking about mediumship, whether we're talking about any of these spiritual ideas, as you call them, you have the same capacity. You may have to do a little more play and practice to develop it than this individual, but you have the same capacity. Understand that. Know that you are a being who is human for a brief period of time. You are not a human first. You are a being who is of energy that is having a human experience for a brief period of time. This is who you are. So anything that any other being is capable of, when we're talking about the non-physical realms and connection, you are capable of. It merely has to do with your being inspired to perform the necessary play and practice with discipline and consistency to build the muscle. But this is channeling, and this is how you can develop your ability to channel or connect non-physically. We are excited for each of you who have listened to this transmission, who are open for this understanding. For you are on the path of growth and development. You are on the path of understanding your true power and potential, not when you transition, but now, as you walk physically. And that's exciting. And we are here to support you. We are thankful, grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We are here for you from our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, offering that which we know will transform your life. We honor you, we celebrate you, and we love you. We love you, we love you.